So 2016 question 1. A stone is vertically thrown downwards from the top of a cliff. Let's model it here. So here's our cliff and it is 250 meters high. You're given an initial speed here. So U was 5, acceleration was 9.8, and we want to find the speed. So we know the distance is 250. So V squared equals U squared plus 2AS. So the final speed is what we're looking for. So 5 squared plus 2AS. So V squared equals 25 plus 2 times 9.8 times 250, giving you 4925. So V is the square root of that to give you an answer of 70.2 meters. Part 2, find the time taken. So that's part 1. So I would just use V equals U plus AT. So 70.2 equals U plus A times T. So bring this over and take it away. And then bring your 9.8 over and divide. So I've still got the answer in the calculator. Keep it nice and accurate. Take away your 5, divide it by 9.8, and you get your time to be 6.65 seconds. The next bit is talking about forces, which isn't, strictly speaking, part of this topic. We'll just go straight on to question 2. It's got a graph. It's a displacement graph. So I'll just draw this out so we have the bits and pieces here. So that is 120, that's the time, and displacement is 600. So displacement, so it stays at that distance, means it's not moving for 60 seconds in there. So that's A, B, and then we come back home again. So back home at 270, then we go in the opposite direction, go past home, and we stop at 312. Okay, find the velocity from O to A. So velocity equals the gradient of these graphs. So gradient is rise over run. So it's 600 over 120, which is 5 meters per second. Part 2, he maintains a constant velocity is going B to D. Find the displacement of D from O. So basically I've got to find the distance in each of these bits and pieces here. Okay. From D to O. Okay. Right, so let's work in this one here out. The speed from B to C, it's the same speed. So I can work out this gradient. So the gradient of this is the rise over the run. So it's 600 over that run. Now just be careful there, is only 90. So the gradient there is 20 over 3. Okay. The bottom bit here is going to have the same gradient. So I can work out the total time, the distance away. I am told the distance of this wee bit in here is 270 up to 310, which is 42. Now, is that the best way of doing this? So B to D, if I did it all together, B to D, B, yeah, that's probably a quicker way of doing it. So B to D, the distance from B to D is, if I just go, distance is, going back to basics here. So distance is speed over, distance is speed, it's better, isn't it? Speed is distance multiplied by time. Distance, okay, right, yeah. Speed is distance over time. So distance is your speed multiplied by your time. Okay, I've worked out my speed. My speed is 20 over 3. Go off screen here. So my speed is 20 over 3, and the time that is taking from B the whole way to D, so doing this whole section in here, 312, take away 120 is 132. So the distance that I have gone there is 880. I start at 600 away. This total distance is 880. So I must finish. So the finish is my 880 that I've gone. Take away the 600 metres I have to go to get home. So my displacement is going to be 280 metres. So I am 2 metres. I better give it properly there. It's looking for displacement. So displacement is minus 280 because I'm now in the opposite direction. So there's a couple of ways to get done that question, and so the way I did the second part of it was to find the gradient, because the gradient was the speed. Okay, and I knew if I got the speed, then because it is constant speed, I could use my speed, distance, time triangle. So I worked out the speed. I knew the total time. That enabled me to get the distance from B to D, and then I could find the displacement from there. So it was quite tricky. Part 3, I just scroll up. I want the average speed. So speed is your distance over your time. The total distance, 600 up. And then that is going to be the whole way down there is 880. So 600 up plus your 880. The total time is 312. Just putting that into the calculator, 600 plus 880. So 600 plus 880. And then divide it by 312 gives me a speed of 4.74 metres per second.